Welcome to Soweto Kaizer Football. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon to be the first to get the latest news. Kaizer Chiefs coach Fernando D Cruz describes the type of striker he wants the club to sign. Kaizer Chiefs coach Fernando D Cruz has told the club management on the type of a striker he wants. D Cruz starts his Chiefs reign this evening, having joined in the off-season, and he has been vocal about the fact that the team is depleted up front. This evening they face PSL newcomers in a Betway premiership match in Krueger United. Kaizer Chiefs coach Fernando D Cruz describes the type of striker they are looking for, a finisher who will complement Flavio da Silva well up front. Video camera #SabSports at @VLile_Nyanda #SABC Sport Football pic.twitter.com/vzlupcharjlg. SABC Sport, at @SABC_Sport, August 1, 2026. Kaizer Chiefs coach urges patience over Rushwin Dortley's comeback. Kaizer Chiefs coach Fernando D Cruz says the club will not rush Rushwin Dortley's return from injury, insisting the defender's long-term fitness remains the priority. The centre-back has been sidelined for more than a year after arriving at Naturina with high expectations and quickly earning recognition from Bafana coach Hugo Bruce. Asked whether there was a timeline for Dortley's comeback, D Cruz, speaking through a translator, stressed that patience was essential. "We have to be very careful with Dortley because he didn't play in the last 18 months, so for the moment we have to be mindful in the way we manage him. We don't want him to fall injured again when he comes back." Read, AC Milan and Italian football are mourning the death of legendary captain Franco Baresi, who has died at the age of 66 following a battle with illness. D Cruz expressed that he is well aware of what Dortley offers, having been part of the setup when Chiefs recruited the player 2 years ago. Curious journalists also asked the Amakasi tactician if he was working on his English to avoid having to use a translator at press conferences. "All of the training sessions and meetings are conducted in English, but for me it's easier to speak football English instead of traditional English. I am also taking English lessons every day in order to improve." Krueger United vs Kaizer Chiefs match preview, kickoff, venue, squad news and how to watch Amakasi launch their Fernando D Cruz era. Goal brings you all the available details on the Premier Soccer League game between the Village Boys and Amakasi at the Mbombela Stadium in Mpumalanga. Fernando D Cruz will aim for early momentum in his official baptism of fire, as he takes on the newcomers who will be looking to prove they deserve their top-flight promotion. Kaizer Chiefs legend Kyun slams PSL teams for treating Amakasi unfairly. "It is not easy." Bafana and Kaizer Chiefs legend Atumeling Kyun is unhappy with the way some Premier Soccer League teams are treating the Glamour boys when it comes to transfer business. In the past, prices have been exaggerated when the Soweto Giants show interest in a player still under contract. Most recently, the discussion has been about Stellenbosch star Langelyle Feely. Amakasi have been chasing the highly rated 21-year-old winger, but the Maroons have asked for $16 million. Chiefs were even keen on adding 2 players to the deal, as well as some cash, a suggestion that has been unsuccessful, at least for now. Tanzanian Premier League champions, who recently confirmed Mankoba Minkathai as their head coach, have been reportedly monitoring the situation, with the intention of having him. It is not fair for Kaizer Chiefs. Kyun feels the management should come up with rules governing the market to ensure some teams don't exploit others. "I think, to be quite honest with you, the club needs to go to the market and sign players because they'll be competing in the CAF Confederation Cup next season," the respected football stakeholder said, as quoted by FAR Post. "So they need to beef up the squad, but as we all know, it's not easy for Kaizer Chiefs to sign the best players they need. Unfortunately, for any player Chiefs want, the price will be doubled, and it's not fair. I think in South African football we need financial fair play because some teams are able to sign players, but other teams are unable to do that. I think we need to revisit that clause." Kaizer Chiefs transfer news, Amakasi have landed Paul Pogba. Kaizer Chiefs have made 3 signings so far in a bid to have a strong squad to challenge for the 2026-27 Premier Soccer League crown. The first arrival was Thabo Moloisane, who came in as a free agent following the expiry of his contract with Stellenbosch. He was followed by another free agent, goalkeeper Ronaldo Lehner, who had made an impression while serving Krueger United. A statement signing came on Tuesday as the Glamour boys confirmed the signing of 27-year-old Tanzania international Adolphe Mtasingwa Bidagiko from Azam FC. Bidagiko has massive experience, having enjoyed spells in Iceland, Norway and Finland. The midfielder is seemingly coming to replace Tabo Seal, who has been tipped to leave the Soweto Giants. With Sibanjisini Mthethwa also aging, it is understandable why the decision was made by the management. Chiefs signed Pogba. Former Tanzania coach Adem Emrush has now lauded the Amakasi recruit, explaining why he is more like French midfielder Paul Pogba. He has good height, plays with simplicity and doesn't complicate his life on the pitch. He can be. Chiefs U18s win Gauteng Enyan Knockout Challenge. Amakasi's U18 team performed with distinction over the weekend to win the Gauteng leg of the 2026 Enyan Knockout Challenge after beating Cathars Hyper Academy 2-0 in the final at Marks Park in Johannesburg on Sunday. The two teams had met in Group A on Saturday, playing to 0-0 draw, but in the final, Chiefs showed their superiority when it really counted. Under the expert tutelage of Chidiso Lechalonian and David Mathebula, Chiefs qualified for the quarterfinals by finishing second in their group, albeit only on goals scored. Amakasi's players displayed admirable determination and composure to negotiate their way through two penalty shootouts, to reach the final, first overcoming Highlands Park 4-2, following a goalless draw, and then, thanks to the heroics of goalkeeper, Kibetswe Morake, defeating Randburg FC 3-1 after the teams ended their semi-final level at 1-1. At the conclusion of the event, several Chiefs players were recognized for their performances at the award ceremony. Morake received the goalkeeper of the tournament accolade, while Tashiel Ruganan took the defender of the tournament prize, as well as the player of the tournament award. And Shimo Mozana was voted striker of the tournament. In addition to the R30000 prize money and trophy, the victory will see Kaizer Chiefs represent Gauteng at the Enyan Champ of Champs tournament, involving the 9 provincial winners, at the TUKS High Performance Center in Pretoria from 1 to 4 October, to determine the national Enyan knockout champions, where they will aim to emulate the Chiefs team that won the 2024 edition. In the ladies' competition, Chiefs fell narrowly short in the semi-finals but bounced back to beat Mamelodi 11 Stars to take third place. Striker Lumka Kikika finished the tournament as top scorer, which earned her the Striker of the Tournament award. Kaizer Chiefs teenage goalkeeper Naftali Makona reflects on Spain preseason tour. Kaizer Chiefs teenage goalkeeper Naftali Makona believes Amakasi have shown they can compete with their international opponents after gaining valuable lessons from their preseason tour of Spain. The 19-year-old has been one of the young players given an opportunity to train with the senior squad during the camp, having earned his place after several impressive seasons with the club's reserve side in the dstv Idiski Challenge. Makona's rise has been built on consistent performances for the Chiefs reserves, who enjoyed a record-breaking 2024-25 campaign by winning the DDC Championship. Now taking his first steps towards becoming part of the senior setup at Naturena, the goalkeeper has embraced the opportunity to work alongside the first team and test himself in a different environment. Currently on his second overseas trip with the club after traveling to the UK with the reserves last year as a reward for their title-winning exploits, Makona has welcomed the experience of Spain. The central defender made the switch to Naturena on a free transfer after his contract at Stellenbosch FC expired, and Gould believes the 27-year-old has come home in every sense. Moloisane brings to Chiefs, look, Soweto, Kaizer Chiefs has a way of finding their own, whether at a later stage. He's found his home, Meadowlands being his place of birth, and he's familiar with what the brand is, what the brand holds, Gould said on Kaizer Chiefs radio as quoted by Kickoff. The former SuperSport United man highlighted the defensive culture Moloisane brings with him from Cape Winelands, one Gould himself is familiar with through Zitha Quinika's earlier journey to Naturena. The competition is going to be very stiff, he's gonna take it to the next level because he comes from Stellenbosch, Zitha also. So they come in with, 1, the work ethic, it's second to none. The physical readiness, Stellenbosch doesn't make mistakes on that, he added. Over to Cruz at Kaizer Chiefs. Big question marks over Kaizer Chiefs' decision to appoint Fernando D Cruz as their new head coach remain, as there is a desperate need for stability after 8 coaching changes in 6 years. Kaizer Motong and Fernando D Cruz, image, Kaizer Chiefs. The core argument is one of track record. The main criterion for Chiefs in their search for a new head coach should have been a coach who could build and stay with the team for the long haul.